Louisiana is the home of andouille. We got jambalaya, crawfish boils, gumbo.
You can use it in virtually anything. So we're gonna head up to Wayne Jacobs Smokehouse in LaPlace, Louisiana. Then we're gonna head back to New Orleans to hang out with Mason at Turkey and the Wolf. Woo! Throw a f***ing crawfish boil, and maybe we'll have another beer or two. I love New Orleans.
It's the
We're here, Wayne Jacobs Smokehouse. We are gonna learn from Jared, the owner, and Brian, the butcher, how to make traditional andouille. Andouille. I've been pronouncing it wrong for years. What makes LaPlace the andouille capital of the world?
At one time, I think there were probably like 10 or 15, or maybe more, places that were selling it.
Really?
Yeah, it's down to about 3 or 4 now. It has been made in this area for over 200 years. It was brought with the French in the 1700s, but probably in this area it's been since, the early 1800s.
So this is something that we make in the shop. Andouille is something that's so specific to your cuisine that I've never truly had the authentic thing before.
And even regionally here, it
really?
varies from here to, an hour from here in Lafayette.
So what makes andouille? What's special about it?
As far as ours are concerned, it's leaner. Still got to be pork. We use it in a beef intestine or beef casing, which is going to give it a unique flavor as compared to a hog casing for regular sausage. It's a heavy smoke. I'm going to smoke it minimum 12, 14 hours.
12 or 14 hours.
And it's a more coarse grind than a regular sausage. You'll see fat, you'll see meat.
That's something we're definitely doing wrong then, because we kind of grind it
Like
like a
we would
normal
a normal
Italian
sausage,
sausage.
yeah. What's a coarse grind end up doing for the sausage?
It's just a different texture. Fat can render without being mixed in. It can render on its own when you're cooking. And it absorbs the smoke differently as well than something that is so tight that, it has no room for smoke.
There's already several different ways that I think we could improve our own recipe at the shop, so I'm excited to learn how you guys do it.
So generally what I'm going to do is when I start off with Boston butts, is I'm going to have to trim the back fat off. Otherwise it'd be far too much of a fat content.
What amount of fat content are you guys looking for?
I usually try to shoot, as far as lean to fat ratio, anywhere from 80 to 90% lean to 20 to 10%.
We serve the andouille, we'll fry it, cut it thin in fried chips, and we'll serve it with Creole mustard in the restaurant. But generally, you're not gonna buy andouille just to eat a stick of andouille at home,
Okay, yeah, I don't do that. Definitely don't do that.
Anyone that wants to buy it for that reason, please do. But generally, you're gonna use it to flavor a large pot of something.
That's one hell of a clean shoulder blade, man.
Thank you. I try to get as much as I can.
Practice.
You do a great job. You're not moving to New York anytime soon?
Shut up.
So I'm taking this fat cap off first.
Yes.
Do you mind if I use your knife?
Go right ahead.
Why Boston butt?
That's just a signature cut that Wayne Jacobs has always used. It's a heavily used muscle, and from my experience, I would choose a chuck steak over a tenderloin any day, because you might have to do a little bit of more work to it to get it to be tender. But as far as the flavor profile, you can't beat it.
You can't beat it. I know I'm cutting it different from you, Brian.
I mean, there's room for improvement, but I'm still impressed.
It's better than mine.
I thought I was building rapport with you this entire time, and you're still gonna give me that?
I mean, I'll try to be honest.
Stop being so honest, Brian.
Now that we have it all butchered, now's the time to season it. And our seasoning mix is very simple. It's just salt, black pepper, cayenne pepper, and garlic. Keep it simple so the smoke flavor and the pork is what you get,
We need to maybe trim ours back. Maybe we wrote a 1,000-page book when we only needed to write a 250-page book. We have fresh onion, we have mustard, paprika.
Sometimes less is more.
How much are we making here? What size batch we got?
This is 150 pounds.
150 pounds.
150 pounds?
It's packed in there.
How long is 150 pounds gonna last you?
So in the slow season, 150 pounds or 200 pounds will last us a week.
In our slow season, we'll do 400 pounds a week. 4th of July, we'll do 1,000 pounds a week.
This is just andouille. We have smoked sausage, plus we have tasso, plus we have smoked turkey necks, plus we have
jerky,
crackling,
neck
jerky,
sticks.
all that kind of stuff.
So I want one of these.
This is really cool.
Brent literally couldn't get out of bed this morning. His back hurts so bad. And you
somehow
guys
all
got
of
this
us-
thing?
No, how all of us still our backs up.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so in your busy season, how many people do you guys have working here?
I mean, Brian does all the butchering, all the.
Yeah, it's a team effort.
New York is not that bad, man.
It's not that bad, man. It's pretty cool.
You'd have no place to park that truck in New York, so don't even worry about it.
No. I'll get you a parking spot. It only costs like $250 a month to rent a parking spot.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Damn, okay.
Next step.
Brent's gonna mix it up. You're gonna have a margarita, man. You deserve it. Look at those biceps go. Wow, look at those shoulders. Fran, are you getting this? Look at this shoulder. He's so strong.
So now we're gonna stuff into the beef casing.
That's a nice, lovely temperature you keep your casings at. I appreciate that. I don't want cold hands.
No, and no offense, but I wasn't doing it keeping you in mind. But it does help it to make it more.
A little bit looser.
Yes, definitely.
It's a very long caser.
You can't fit it on. Don't hesitate to cut off the excess.
I'll fit it, Brian. Don't worry about it. Brian, don't worry about it.
I'm definitely impressed.
Let's get to. God.
Louisiana needs their andouille. Right there. That's the spot.
Oh, that's the spot?
That's the spot.
Oh, I didn't know that, so we got a long boy on our hands.
That's fine. Some people have a big appetite.
Whew, all in a day's work.
Oh, everybody take a break.
We're here at the Smokehouse.
We are.
Beautiful smokehouses.
Yeah, they've been here a while, and you can see the heavy use of them just from around. It's
Yeah.
definitely not a natural wood color.
All that lacquer is natural.
So I'm gonna go ahead and see how they're looking.
Oh my God.
So they're not getting any kind of direct heat. You're just like letting it be ambient heat, and the smoke is
Right,
just
but-
kind of hanging.
Basically, the point that the heat's gonna rise and then hit the top and then spread out through the rest of it.
So how long have these andouilles been going now?
These have been going, I guess, about 8-10 hours. It has to in order to get the full smoke penetration and give it its unique flavor. I'll come out, check the temp. You don't want it to be too hot or too low because too hot, it has a tendency of melting and it'll render the fat out too quick. It's a real testament to low and slow. You know, I mean, it sounds simple and overdone, but it's true. Just by the feel, I can tell if it's too hot to the touch, then it's way too hot, even if I don't even have a thermometer. But they feel, you know, fairly warm. I'm gonna say at least another 2-3 hours. They will start to wrinkle up a little bit, and you know, they got good color.
Yeah, beautiful color. We're taking a bunch of this. We're gonna buy a bunch of it. Hope that's cool.
Oh, definitely. That's why we make it.
To go to a crawfish boil, and I can smell the smoke, I can smell the meat, and it just makes total sense to me why it would go into a crawfish boil. But why is it that andouille ended up being this integral part of a crawfish boil?
It complements all the things that are in the crawfish boil. We cook with andouille and potatoes all the time. We cook with andouille and corn all the time. All the things that are in the crawfish boil, we already cook with andouille.
It's like the web of life, just full circle.
I'm gonna call you every time I have like an emotional breakdown from now on. And you
Yeah.
can just like, circle of life, Ben.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Wow. There he is, buddy.
Hey!
Welcome home, boys.
For so long, Paul.
Welcome. What'd you bring?
Oh! Per your recommendation, we went to Wayne Jacobs. F***ing amazing.
All right, I got 2 questions.
All right.
What's it like back there?
Picture in your mind like a gentle wind passing through a field of wheat. That's Brian who works in the back, and he is a f***ing joy to behold, so a lot's happening back there. He's a perfect soul.
Is your andouille like stand up to what it's like to make andouille at Wayne Jacobs, like the spot to make the South Louisiana smoked sausage?
Really felt like some New York ass.
You probably get that a lot.
We make andouille. We don't know anything about andouille.
The way they do it, and even from the grind to how they're smoking it, is different. We're used to doing it fine like a regular sausage, and they don't do that at all.
Yeah, you can like, when you cut it, you can like see there's like chunks. I love it. Well, we're gonna put it in the crawfish boil, and that's gonna be awesome.
Got a lot of stuff out here that I haven't seen in a boil before.
So we're gonna boil crawfish, and a lot of people have a lot of specific ways that they like to do what we are going to attempt, and I like to think succeed at doing. Depending on your school of thought, we're gonna make some people happy and we're gonna piss some people off. I'll preface it by saying I'm from Virginia, so don't worry about it. It's not like I would know better either way. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the method where we put a shit ton of spices in the water, and then that will ideally in turn get the juice in the head and the tail flavored with a lot of awesome spices. We got a bunch of shit on the table. It's all gonna go in the pot with the crawfish. Why don't we stop wasting time and start cutting stuff in half?
There we go.
Authentic, right? Authentic, yeah.
We should probably go ahead and just say, like, there's no rule book we're following.
The idea is to make it really spicy, really salty, and delicious in some way. Some of the stuff we just found in the fridge. This stuff I thought I was gonna use in a sauce, but we didn't, so that's gonna go in the boil to make it spicy. It's got a little sugar in it. I like fish sauce in there, not to make it Asian, but just because
Fish sauce rules.
it makes sense. Yeah, it's like salty, fishy stuff going in a boil with crawfish. I just bought this thing and I am very excited. So we're gonna put that entire bottle in there and probably about half of this bottle. So I want it to be like a little bit spicier, but we used all the stuff, so we're just gonna go like crystal hot sauce.
You want it spicier? Okay.
Yeah, because like the only time that you're coming in contact with the liquid and like consuming it is in the head of the crawfish, and there's also all the brains and stuff that'll kind of like tamper down the flavor. And it takes a lot of seasoning to get into the tail of the crawfish. So this will go for like 10 minutes because potatoes take a little bit. And then we'll throw in a bunch of vegetables. I don't think people really do these in boils, but I really love jalapenos and I want to eat them, so we're gonna. Whoop.
All right, taste this andouille.
It's the best.
But it mixes so well with everything else we've already put in.
Agreed. That's so good. The chunks of fat are like creamy awesome.
The only flavor we don't have in there is smoke. This is gonna bring super hard.
Man, it's so balanced. Like you think it's gonna be like brute smoke. When you look at it and you smell it, it's so smoky. But when you eat it, it's like smooth.
I think some pork fat, some smoke. We're doing good.
So I have no idea if it changes anything to squeeze the lemons first, but I like always do.
Oh yeah?
I don't know why. I don't know. It's like it makes your hands smell nice and
You feel like you're working?
yeah, it seems like productive.
Where are these from?
These are from my friend Michelle. She's got a company called Seafood International. That's where we get all of our crawfish every year. She gets them from Bro Bridge, which is a city outside of Lafayette. Lafayette has all the best crawfish, and usually they keep all the best crawfish, but Michelle sneaks us some good ones. This is super early in the year, and they look pretty phenomenal for this time of year.
Yeah, they're still damn good size.
Yeah, they're pretty big. Bigger than I expected, for sure. I've never used this thing before, but like those jets are pretty fast. Yeah. It should come up to a boil immediately, and then you want to cut it. The crawfish are going to spend a lot more time in the water with the heat off than they are like coming up to a boil.
Yeah.
So they're hardly cooked right now, and we don't want them to overcook. That's why we cut them off before they like got all the way up to a boil. Yeah. We want them to sit in here and sort of saturate with all that seasoned liquid water that's in there. A good sort of like rule is when some of them start to sink, that means they've soaked in a ton of stuff. So it takes about 30 minutes for that to happen. You want it to cool down as fast as possible. I've seen people hose down the outside. I've seen people like even put a whole pot into a bucket of ice. the quickest way we're gonna do it is we're gonna throw some frozen corn in there. It's not gonna help a ton, but it'll help a little. It'll cool it down a little faster.
Should we try one just to see where they're at?
Yeah, for sure.
Wait, I need to see your technique.
All right. So obviously you pull the tail off.
Yeah.
It's gonna be pretty hot. And you,
Oh, I normally do that, so don't do that.
no, that's a shrimp move. This is a crawfish. You pull the head off.
I did it. I redid it again. I did it again. Same one. It's fine.
So you pull the head off, and then you're gonna suck the head and eat the tail. Earlier in the season, the shells are softer, so when you suck the head, you can crunch it. So I'll do while popping it down, and then you can get all the juice. There's like a lot of like awesome flavor in the head, but also a lot of the liquid. And then some people will go straight to the tail. What I do is I kind of break off the top layer and peel it off, so that you're left with like a sort of like a half.
A little number.
A little halfy. And then if you like kind of put your thumb at the bottom and pinch it, you can kind of suck and use your teeth to get it all out.
You don't have to show off.
Oh, is it done?
I mean, that's it, but you got to get all of it out. You know, you don't want anything left.
Oh, I got it. I feel like I got it. Oh, buddy boy.
All right, so we got a lot of crawfish, but I want to try the sausage.
Yeah, let's try the sausage. We can cook it a tiny bit less, but it's awesome.
Still holds up, and in fact, I think only got better.
It did get better. And I mean, it absorbed a lot of the spice. It's more spicy, it's more salty.
You get to eat it against like 10 other things. You got like corn to eat it with, and potatoes. You make a little sandwich, chunk of garlic on there.
Eats like a pork chop now.
Yeah, the big chunks.
Yeah.
Man. It's a chunky boy.
It doesn't read as much as like straight sausage, like an Italian sausage. It's totally different.
If we had ground it like the way we normally grind andouille, it would have just disintegrated and been sandy and been disgusting. This actually works for what it's being used for.
I mean, I think andouille is the only choice for this. I don't know any other sausage that would stack up.
I mean, hot dogs. I'm just kidding. Yeah, you're right. Andouille's the one.
Thank you so much. This has been amazing.
Hell yeah.
I'm so stoked.
Yeah. Oh, eat a little dumpling.
Oh, okay.
Okay, party starts now. You can eat all the crawfish.